guess Warner Brothers told Mr. Gunn, this is silly. This is stupid. This is goofy. If we let you put this out, this is going to end up being a big piece of trash. Well, James Gunn's Superman undergoes course correction to make it less goofy. My. It's again claimed that as a result of test screenings, James Gunn's Superman has undergone a course correction to make it less goofy. Oh, gosh. Is it the suit? I don't think they're going to change the suit right now, Goofy. Concerns about the film first surfaced back in December when Jeff Snyder, The Hollywood Reporter, and others hinted at early trouble behind the scenes. It's probably safe to say that Gunn was making his Superman movie similar to what he did with Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy films. I believe, I've said it before, while the goofiness can work with Guardians because the normies weren't familiar, we were and hated dance-off bro Star-Lord. I remember that in the first movie. The normies sure are familiar with Man of Steel. DC fans also are different than MCU fans. They're more used to Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight and Zack Snyder's DCEU. To add to that, it's been claimed that James Gunn has put in jokes meant as political jabs in Superman, which include that bit about Lex's mutant troll monkey army, the plot about fake news, as well as putting in jokes making fun of the Snyder Cut. Major changes for Superman after test screenings. Humor cut, editor replaced, and scenes reshot. A new World of Real report claims a recent test screening led to major changes, including cutting down on the humor and reworking scenes. Now, I know there is a rumor out there that that Crypto is no longer jumping on him for a ridiculous amount of time. He maybe jumps twice and then takes him. That's what I've heard. People have written that in my comment section. We shall see when the movie comes out. The site claims Gunn, DCU co-head and producer Peter Safran and WBD CEO David Zaslav have been scrutinizing every frame, of Superman to avoid another franchise misfire. I'm sure in their meeting they're like, listen, we can't have Tyrone Magnus walk in his video and say, it was a big old piece of trash. I'm sure that happened in the meeting. Every DCU movie since 2018's Aquaman has bombed at the box office, including The Flash, which Gunn hyped as the best comic book movie ever. I remember when I first heard that. After hearing it, I kind of pushed it to the back of my mind because I had to be reminded later on that that is what he said. And, you know, when I did first hear it, I was like, this has got to be just press. Just hyping the movie, just doing his job on the team of hyping it so that the most people go see it. Because to believe that it's the greatest superhero movie ever, like would put it above Infinity War, you know, above The Winter Soldier, above Civil War, above No Way Home, above, you know, Christopher Reeve, 1978. Even, just so many movies out there. The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, The Batman, just so many movies that were great superhero movies. Even Endgame, it's like, excuse me? Zaslav even screened it for Tom Cruise, who praised it. In their defense, sources told me the original Flash cut was far better than what ended up in theaters. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Interesting. Back to Superman with the film under heavy scrutiny. World of Real says they removed about 25 minutes of the assumed goofier footage. 25 minutes of goofy footage? Damn! That's a lot! Shuffled around key sequences and added minor scenes during the reshoots. That's not all. As it said, an editor was removed, which led to a rework of the film's structure. Also, a new composer was brought in late to help with the music score. That guitar riff of the Williams score in the first teaser is horrible. I'm not saying that. The article's saying that. I thought it was okay. Although I would tell you the truth, I would prefer a new theme. They when they got afraid that, what they were doing in the DC EU was too dark, they tried to bring in, the John Williams. They tried to brighten up the suit. They tried all this stuff. And it was just like, I'm like, God, they are trying to overcorrect so weirdly, like so far. And Hans Zimmer's score is perfection. I love John Williams. Loved him. Love him. But Zimmer's score was great. And I was getting used to it. You know what I mean? I could feel it. I knew it when Superman showed up, and, the little notes and the hints, it was him. Anyway, an insider for the site described it as a slight course correction. It's added that another test screening is scheduled this week. So they're hoping the recent changes makes everything better. It's added that they have more confidence now in the Superman film, which is, as previously reported, needs to be a big hit. I also think the changes are evident in the recently released full trailer, which is really good and much better than the first teaser. Okay. Reported changes to Superman. Bullet points. Roughly 25 minutes of footage removed. Comedic scenes cut or toned down. Key sequences restructured. New editor and composer brought in. And another test screening is scheduled for this week. So, this is all true. Then my worries were valid. About the camp and the stupidity and the silliness of it. That was correct, and they're trying to fix that. So hopefully the fixes that they have made make this a hit. Because that suit for damn sure ain't a hit. So we're just going to have to see what we shall see. I can't see it, but I would love to walk in here without Stone Cold Steve Austin with me and tell y'all like, yo, this was a masterpiece. Obi-Wan, I have a bad feeling about this though. 10 million subscribers.